It's become very easy for men to blame women for this. I blame other men for this. I blame what men have become. 525,000 men kill themselves every year. That's more than 500,000 men who commit suicide every single year. And that is a number that has constantly been going up. It's not going down. And I blame society for this. Because society has radicalized men. It has turned them against each other. It has turned them into suicidal loners who are convinced they only have value if they can prove their worth. And I don't know how or why this happened, but it is getting worse. And I know many men who are watching this probably agree with me, and rightly so, because I have been in that position, I have experienced it, so there is some validity to it. We're not making this up. But there are certain points I want to talk about. It's become very easy for men to blame women for this. I blame other men for this. I blame what men have become. It's come to the point where no one man can sit down and talk about their struggles, talk about their mental health or the problems they're facing. Because other men immediately put them down. They call them weak. They call them not man enough to deal with life's struggle. The idea that a man has to be somehow a pillar, a rock, a stone, has to weather any storm that comes their way, I don't know where this kind of thinking has come from, because all it has done is take good men from us every single day. 500,000 men, 500,000 plus men commit suicide every single year. Think about that for a second. 500,000 plus. And there are all age groups, 18 to 35, 18 to 45. All age groups, they kill themselves because they're struggling. Because society has told them that don't talk about your problems, and they bottle it up. They internalize their pain, they internalize their struggle, and they tell themselves that, if I let this out, I will be seen as less than. And no one will value me, that I will have no status in society. We have convinced men that if you have no status, you are not worthy of a relationship. And men have become so disillusioned with the society they live in that they are willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead. Man, I remember a time when people were passionate. They had great ideas. They wanted to solve problems. They wanted to help people. And I'm not saying that that is not the case still, but what I am seeing more of is men who are willing to lie, cheat, and commit fraud just to get ahead. And it's becoming more and more apparent that that is the norm. We are seeing men take advantage of other men and their weaknesses and their vulnerabilities and their naivety. Selling them courses, getting them in their insider circles, taking advantage of them, and then dumping them without improving anything for them. And this is pervasive. And now we've come to a point where this alpha male ideology has become so popular with insecure men that the only way they can validate their miserable existences is by putting down other men, by bullying them, intimidating them, going onto their social media and trying to put them down, trying to mock them, making them feel like they're less than, making them feel like that, hey, if you're not dating a supermodel, you're a nobody. If you're not driving a G-Wagon, you're nobody. The idea of a peaceful existence, the idea of an existence where a man is just happy is not allowed, because it has to fit a certain narrative. And what it has done is just turn men against each other. That's it. That's all it has done. It hasn't solved any single problem. Remember, 500,000 plus men kill themselves every year. 500,000 plus. And that number is going to go up relentlessly. And we're not doing enough. We're not talking about these things. We're dismissing them. I want to ask anyone that is watching this, as a man, have you experienced scenarios where people have tried to tell you to be quiet about your problems, where you actually believe that if you express your struggles, if you express your challenges with your mental health, you will be seen as less than, that you will lose opportunities, you will lose what little you have. Maybe the love of your life will decide, nah, you're too weak for me. I need someone who comes out of the cave and fights a dinosaur for a living. That's the kind of man I need. Because I want to hear from you. I want to bring this discussion back up, because we blame everybody else for our problems, but we cannot even stand shoulder to shoulder as men when we are struggling. And I'm not saying that there isn't change out there. Yes, there is change out there, but it is not quick enough. It is not large scale enough. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. If you are a man and if you are part of a group of men, be kind to each other. Be nice to each other. Be there for each other. Because you don't know when that person might disappear permanently, when they might take their own life and leave behind a big gaping hole where you're wondering, why did I not do more? Because when they're gone, you're not going to say that they were weak. You are the person who's going to say, I was weak for not reaching out to him.